The program, the promise, the frequency, the family.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, loud, direct. Always on your behalf. It's called Ultimate Health, your ultimate guide to healthy living. Now, I've been looking for this, and it's Christmas Eve, but hey, I bet who did me the honors, So let's take this one from Slip All Stars.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Oh boy, we're in the mood, huh? Remember, we'll be going up the mountain, huh? Party in the park. Yeah, on the 26th, right? So to purchase your tickets for this year's Joy FM Party in the Park, dial star 714 star 003 star 3 hash. Star 714 star 003 star 3 hash and follow the prompts. You can also purchase tickets at the front desk of Joy or call 0559 691 797 0559 691 797 for reservations. Tickets are going for a cool 200 CDs for a family of 6.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, Party in the Park is brought to you by Frytol Sunflower Oil. Enjoy the goodness and tasty meals. Fortune Rice, always on point, just like mummy. Enterprise Life, buy family income security plan from Enterprise Life Insurance. Enterprise, your advantage. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity. Goodness. Clean fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. Syntex tanks, a year strong, a year tough. Safari tissue, wipe clean, last long. Niche cocoa, taste of Ghana. Cookie drinks, juice up your life. Lesh Fortune, luxuriously perfect. New fresh drinks, drink better, live better. And yummy, definitely a healthy choice.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, my man Lord Kenya, Joe Frazier and Cole, all slip stars. Ultimate Health on Joy 99.7 FM with me, Nortey by nature.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, Little Drummer Boy by Dave Cause. So, as part of our Festive Season Series, we're discussing managing your medicines during the Yuletide. In the studio with me, I have pharmacist Daniel Sapon, lover boy. Charlie, I put the man's picture on my status and request upon request, but prescription only.
Joy 99.7
Daniel
FM.
Sapong is a pharmacist with Ad Pharma, as is Dr. Hajia Mariam Yeboah. She's a pharmacist also with Ad Pharma. We're looking at how you manage your medicines during Xmas. How are you storing them? How are you keeping your structure, your schedule during this period? Are you traveling with medicines? Are you losing track? How do you keep track? What if you're mixing them with foods that are free and not normally on your diet in copious quantities? We'll be learning all that with my pharmacist from Ad Pharma, Dr. Mariama, let me call it that, and Loverboy Daniel Sapon. Folks, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Aha, did I get the Hajia wrong?
No Hajia.
No Hajia.
Yes, please.
Oh, I have sent you to Mecca and back and all the places. But you're most welcome. This is your first time with us.
Yes, please.
Oh, good. How's Ad Pharma?
Oh, Ad Pharma is doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Everybody at Ad Pharma is young, so I don't like coming there because it makes me feel old.
Oh.
Huh?
You should probably, you're younger, Hat.
You're young.
Everybody is below my waist size. Huh? People are figuring out my waist size. But you're most welcome to Ultimate Health. Christmas Eve edition, so that's why I'm all jazzy and all that. But in the fun, the chaos, the love, the sharing and giving and all that, you can lose your keys. You can decide that work you had to wait. Sometimes you're looking for this particular outfit you're trying to get yourself into, depending on your size, your weight. Those are many mishaps. But when you can't find your medicine, or when you're not taking it at the right time, in the right, safe, rational, logical dose, that is a major problem. So that's why I brought the folks in from Ad Pharma. So, Daniel, let me start with you. I mean, why are we extra concerned about the management of medicines during this period?
All right, thank you very much. Merry Christmas from Ad Pharma.
All right. A friend of mine will say, Bomweko. Usubi. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so during the festive seasons, there's a lot of excitement. People are happy. They want to have fun. You've had a stressful year. You want to take some days off just to give yourself some treats. And usually during this period, most people get carried away, especially those who are on medications.
Okay.
They can get carried away. So they can miss their doses, which is not appropriate, and some they don't even take them at all.
Okay.
So we'll be sharing some tips
because Jesus is on duty, right? So you forget your medications, you miss them, and you create all sorts of funny formulas for catching up with the doses you missed.
Yes.
You missed. So we'll be talking about those kinds of things. So at this time, there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of disruption with your normal schedule, which gives you, should I say, key benchmarks during the day, during the week, to actually structure your medicines. Okay? With that disruption, you lose those compass points, and there may be problems. Mariama, let me ask you. So, some of the typical things that happen during this period, all right?
Yeah.
Some may pertain to people who are on regular long-term medications.
Yeah.
Some people who've recently been put on medication.
Yeah.
Some who are taking medications as a precaution, right? For example, birth control. Yeah. Right. So if you were conceived in December, when would you have been born? September? No.
Conceived in December.
Yeah. So
9
yeah.
months.
9 months.
9 months.
9
yeah.
months.
Bibi
So-
Sawang. So September borns.
So you should start planning and checking.
I am not
Yeah.
suggesting any of you is an error, but just saying. So okay, there are typical errors. What typically comes to mind that we should equip our listeners with awareness and information on, Mariama?
Okay, so when it comes to medication intake, you have to know the right dose you are taking,
Okay.
and also when you are supposed to take it, the frequency and the duration.
Okay.
So when it comes to, let's say, antibiotics,
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to take it, let's say, every 12 hours.
Okay.
But some people take it, let me put it this way, maybe morning and evening.
Right.
But you're supposed to be specific,
Right.
12 hourly, because if you say morning, evening, someone can take it around 10 a.m.
So 12 hours. That
That's
translates to twice
Makes it
days.
easier.
Yes,
Yeah.
twice daily, yes,
Okay.
please. And when you say 3 times a day, maybe 8 hourly.
Okay.
But if you keep saying, oh, find out about area back, they don't really understand what you're saying.
Okay.
So when you put it, take it 8 hourly, then you tell them if you take it around 8, the next dose will be 8 hourly.
Okay.
Then it will be the right way
All
to
right.
take it. Yes.
Okay. So taking it at the right time.
Yes,
is important.
It's very important.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Let me backpedal
Okay.
and say, first and foremost, during this period, should you have checked the quantities you have for the period? In most countries, in most jurisdictions, services may be disrupted.
Yes.
Right, your regular pharmacy or your physician and so on and so forth will not or might not be available. They are also chopping free food, right?
True, yeah.
So maybe I should have started from the point where you should have checked and made sure you have enough of your medications to last you over the period.
The festive period, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay. So how do you do that? Just in case you're running out, do you call your physician? What do you do? Do you just go to the pharmacy and seek a top up? What do you do? Yeah.
All right. So usually during the festive period, right? Like you said, there may be disruptions. Office hours, hospital. Some physicians might not be on duty.
Yep.
Specialties might not be on duty. Pharmacies can have modified working hours. So you take your refills ahead of time,
Okay.
so that you are not found wanting when you have to take them and then they are not available.
Is it allowed to request a refill?
Yes. So usually your healthcare provider, your primary healthcare provider would have that with you,
Okay.
and then provide a prescription that will
Right.
cover ahead of time.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So let's say sometimes you're taking monthly, but you take it in November.
Right.
But you realize December is a very busy month,
Okay.
and the festive, so you tell your doctor about it. So he might prescribe it for you for 3 months. So which you have enough for the
Okay.
festive season.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay. We're talking about managing your medicines properly over the Yuletide with pharmacists from Ad Pharma, Daniel Sapong and Dr. Mariama Yeboah. If you want to join in, WhatsApp is 055 11 11 997. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, and shortly I will activate the phone lines so that you can share your concerns, experiences, confessions with medications. Those of you who are boxing something small, people who take medicine with beer or I've even heard appeal akpeteshi, but I don't know.
Some will say they use it to push it, to
Yes.
push
Push
it,
it.
yeah,
To push
to
it down.
push it down.
A piano kakra. Right. I want to hear those confessions on Ultimate Health Christmas Eve edition with me, Nortey by Nature. Managing your medicines, it's critical. You may be hypertensive, you may be diabetic, you may be asthmatic, you may have kidney issues, you may have weight issues, etc., cholesterol, you name it. This is the time you're likely to play hooky. Stubborn Academy 4. And the new admissions for Stubborn Academy, they just entered. They just registered, but they pick up very quickly because there are lots of Stubborn Academy professors who will tell you what to do with your medicine.
Influence you.
Right?
Yeah.
I've got the right people in the studio to tell you. So please listen up and then share with us. WhatsApp 055 11 11 997, and we're live on Facebook and YouTube.
Joy 99.7
So
FM.
we're assuming that you've gotten your supply, right?
Okay.
Can I also ask you to talk to us a bit about storage of medicines, okay? And again, in this time of the year, you may choose to carry it in the car, in your backpack, with your laptop, blah blah blah. You're moving around, right? How should medicines be stored properly?
Okay, so when it comes to storage of medication, we have different ways of storing a medication.
Okay.
But as in keeping your medication in your car is not really advisable because of the heat and everything. So it's better to get, let's say, a pill organizer,
All right.
where you keep your medication and keep it in your bag away.
Pill organizer.
Yes, please.
It sounds like a job description. Is it a human being who organizes? Please share with us.
No, it's like a package where you can keep all your medications.
All right.
And it's written on me Monday, Tuesday,
Right.
Wednesday
Okay.
to make you aware this you're supposed to take this medication
On Monday.
on
Right.
Tuesday, and it also saves time.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't carry all the bulk medication ahead with you. You add it, you put it in the pill organizer, and take it wherever you want to take it.
Okay.
And also, the case is such a way that it protects it from the sun
All right.
and protects your medication from.
So you should
yeah.
properly have a pill organizer.
Yes, please.
Right.
Yes.
Not some pouch
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
similar to your makeup bag or something that has all your
Exactly.
stuff alongside
Yeah.
your eyebrow pencil and all that.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
should have a pill organizer.
Organizer,
But
yes.
this thing about being in the car or keeping medicines in the car.
car.
I'm a driver.
Yes.
Right? I'm on the move. This is my cocoa season. Right? What do you suggest for me if I'm on the move or my job requires that I'm on the move all the time? If I have to be in a vehicle, what's the best way to handle my medicines?
All right, so you're a driver, okay. For example, if you're a diabetic, right, and then you have your insulins,
Right.
okay, or drugs that are supposed to be stored via cold chain, you can go with an ice pack.
Ice pack.
Ice pack, yeah.
Okay.
So you
Those
get
that
an ice.
require a cold chain.
Yes,
All right.
drugs that require cold chain. You
Okay.
can go with an ice pack, and then usually, if you are driving the whole day, I know usually they have some breaks in between or some sessions in between. So that would be a way to store the cold chain medications.
Okay.
And then for the other ones, you just have to ensure that they are bereft of heat, sunlight, because that's going to affect the medication.
Protect them from heat and
Yes.
sunlight.
Exactly.
Okay. And of course from children.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So, folks, you're hearing we should store our medicines properly. Get medicines, or is it a pill organizer or whatever? That's basically mainly for those you take orally.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Which gives you day and so on and so forth. Sometimes even
yeah.
it's broken down during the day. You have different times, and you can actually
Yes.
put your pills in those slots and take
Yes.
them at the right time.
Yeah.
So the organizer helps you
A
to be
lot.
organized. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Okay. And then, of course, protect the pills, the medicines from
Sunlight,
heat, sunlight, and keep them away from
children.
who be buzzing around this period. Even the ones who have never stayed with you, they are in your house. All right. So make sure you know where your pills are and they are organized. How important, pharmacist, is it to have and to keep your schedule or your structure? Today is a Sunday. I'm hoping, despite the fact that it is Christmas Eve, it remains a Sunday and people will keep their routine. How important is that with regards to managing your medicines during this busy period? Tomorrow is Monday, but we're not working. It's Christmas Day, right? How important is structure, routine, schedule?
Okay, so with that, you need to set.
By the way, listeners, this is common sense, right? It's being applied to medicine, so let's call it psychopharmacology, all right? But really, I'm pushing my pharmacists because they are giving us the advice they give on a regular basis when they are sitting at Ad Pharma and other places or placements for pharmacists.
Yeah.
So listen up, yeah. So routine and medicines.
Okay, so I think that was what Mariam touched on
Yeah.
earlier. Setting reminders, the use of, I would say, have a companion, a digital companion,
All right.
and that can be your phone. That you can use to set a reminder. I mean, set an alarm,
Okay,
because you might be carried away and you might forget.
Charlie, I'm doing my latest steps on the dance floor. But set a reminder.
Yes, set a reminder.
Right.
That would.
Okay,
help, yeah.
right. So set reminders, and then you see for people in different, should I say, scenarios. I know those who are agricultural workers, the time they go to the farm, those are important markers. For the elderly also, sometimes this time of day or after I've done this and that, you are encouraged to keep a routine so that your medicines are top of memory, top of mind. Right, so that you don't forget. Okay, still we haven't gotten into specific classes of medication. We're speaking general tips that you should use to enhance your management of your medicines over the Christmas. I'm in the studio with pharmacists Yeboah and Sapong from Ad Pharma. Yes, Ad Pharma. Yes, my favorite pharmacy.
You don't know we are expanding.
Yes. I'll get to your expansions in a minute. I've heard things I'm surprised about, and I know you do things for the elderly. You do some online stuff as well.
Yes.
All right. So we're managing. We're using structure. We're leveraging structure to help us remember when to take our medications. Okay. Any other general things before we go into those who are taking antihypertensives and so on and so forth?
Yes. So you can also, some people have a to-do list, so they can add a to-do list to their daily activities.
Okay.
So it also helps them to know when to take their medications.
Okay.
Yes.
So your medication should be part of your to-do list.
Yes.
Must be done.
Yes.
Must be done.
Yes.
Okay. It shouldn't be an afterthought.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that we are on point with our medications.
Yes.
Okay. Let me skip to medicines and their interactions with food, alcohol, and other substances. Okay. I know medicines are broken down, so are foods, and therefore they will collide. Right. So should we be mindful, and should we have been told about possible drug food substance interactions that we should avoid?
Yes. Basically, you need to know the interaction. So when you are taking a medication, you know this interact with that or this interact, especially alcohol. When it comes to alcohol and medication, it's a no-go area. Don't ever take your medication with alcohol, no matter what.
Hang on. The way you are smiling and saying no go. Listen, I could have taken the alcohol, let's say, in the morning.
Yes.
Some do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And my medication is due, let's say, 4 o'clock. Right? Listening to you right now, I am not guilty of contempt.
Oh yes, you're not.
The reason I'm saying that, Mariama, is that for a lot of people, when you say with alcohol, no, then they think that it is taking it at the same time.
Most people do that.
Can you clarify? If I took it in the morning, like Abeku is smiling at me.
Yes.
But his medication is due like maybe 3-4 hours later. As far as he's concerned, you're not talking to him.
Okay, so let me clarify this thing. So when it comes to alcohol and medication, let's say you have the medication right now. Some people take the medication with alcohol at that instant. But it's not advisable because alcohol and medications cannot work together. But let's say you take the medication in the morning and you take your alcohol around 12 or in the evening. It's fine, but you have to take your alcohol in moderation. You know, alcohol and these health conditions,
right?
The link is not good.
So properly put, we don't want alcohol to mix with your medicines.
Yes.
So avoid that mixture.
Yes, and also reduce alcohol intake. I can't say stop. It's not possible to stop. Moderation.
Yes. Okay.
Which I'm sure you're aware. Now, you know, in management, when you say stop, sometimes in reality, they find it very, very difficult.
Are we begging them? Is it not for their own good? Please, if you want to say stop, say stop. Right? Because they're stubborn academy people.
They always
when
find
you see their flyers, their posters, and their manifesto, this is the kind of thing they like. All right. But generally, avoid mixing your medicines with alcohol, especially free alcohol, where you have no speed ramps, no traffic light. You are just drinking. Please be mindful. Okay. That's one thing, right? But what typically will alcohol and other things do to the medicines? My understanding is, of course, there's the involvement of the liver in breaking down, metabolizing and all that, right? And sometimes it can lead to a higher dose in your system. It can lead to a lower dose. It can compromise the action expected of the medicine. Can we explain that to my listeners?
All right. So alcohol is a no-no with medications because it affects your thought patterns.
So,
It can for those who even drive.
Right.
Okay. Already you have some medications that may cause drowsiness. So when you take alcohol whilst on such medications, you are going to increase the effect of the drowsiness.
Okay.
So that's most likely to cause a road accident.
Okay.
So that is one aspect you should look at. And also there are some medications that when you take alcohol, okay, it gives you, in layman's term, a bad effect. Something you would regret. You can have some flashing rashes all over your face.
Okay.
Some can even lose consciousness. Some get irregular heartbeats. So it's a very, very delicate issue which we want our viewers to consider.
Right. So it would compromise the working or the functioning of the medications, and therefore you don't want to do that. You think you've taken the medication, but its action, right? It's a problem or is compromised. So don't mix your medicines with alcohol, right? No matter the time lapse between the medication and the alcohol, or vice versa, right? My bosses are saying that in the studio. All right, some of you are getting on board by WhatsApp. Remember, this is Ultimate Health, your ultimate guide to healthy living. This and every Sunday, including Christmas Eve, on Joy 99.7 FM. WhatsApp is 055 11 11 997. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. And shortly, let me activate the phone line since it's Brunya. 030-221-6541. You get to talk to and add the pharmacist from Ad Pharma. Yes, add the pharmacist, right? And access to them. Mariama and Daniel are in the studio, right? So you can call 030-221-6541. Don't forget, you can purchase your tickets for this year's Joy FM Family Party in the Park by dialing *714 *003 *3# and follow the prompts. You can also call 055 9691 797 for reservations. Tickets are going for a cool 200 CDs for a family of 6.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Okay, so we've done due justice to some of these things. I want to shift, whilst we expect some phone calls, to specific classes of medications that we should be aware of in terms of management or with regard to management during this period. Let me just read a couple of messages. This one says, ooh, they did in Maryland. Okay. Now, I have 3 mice. None of them are wise men. Abek, what have you done with my mouse? Okay, here it is. Okie dokie. I'm trying to scroll down here. Abek, can you scroll down for me? The one from Dede. What about Afi? What about with the pill organizers? Won't the medications interact? Dede in USA, they have separate compartments for the medications, okay? But that compartment might still allow you to put different medications. I guess that's a question. Yes. And then what about taking meds with milk or any juice? This is from Dede in our constituency there in Maryland. And Joy FM is up there as well. This is good afternoon, Nortey by nature. I have just tuned in and I don't know whether you have talked about taking medicine before and after food. If not, kindly throw some light on that, okay? This is Kwesi in Kaswa, right? When they say with food, after food, and so on and so forth, what exactly emphatically does that mean? Okay? So hang on to that one from Kwesi. Do I have any more? No. WhatsApp is 055 11 11 997. All right. So Dede is asking about the drugs, the pills themselves coming to contact with each other in the organizer. Is that a problem?
No, because of the compartments. They have been arranged such that each one is in each compartment.
So if I have to put, let me remember from what I do for my old lady, I have Crestor, I have Metformin, I have Serotonin, and they're all taken, let's say, Monday morning. So they go into that slot.
No.
I know substances, pills are coated, right? But what you're saying is that I should use a different slot?
Yes, so with the pill organizers, you can have maybe for the medications, you can have maybe 3 different pill organizers, because I mean, in real
3 different pill
yes,
organizers. That sounds like this organization to me. Sorry.
For different medications.
Okay.
I was touching on the area where you have different medications, and you're also dealing with an old lady or an elderly. So putting maybe drug A by drug B might be a bit tricky for an elderly woman.
But they're all taken at the same time.
Yes.
Okay,
So okay, you can.
Okay, so sometimes the way they've made the pill organizer, when you put all this in one side, let's say for Monday you're taking 5 drugs and you put it in Monday's drug, the way it's closed and sealed, I don't think there will be any problem. Yes.
Okay.
Because of the way it has been designed.
These are the example I'm using.
Yes.
Sorry, folks, I'm using an example which is right close.
Okay.
With me. So Monday morning,
Yes.
you take this. You're taking what's it? Paracetamol. You're taking this, that.
Yes.
But you're taking all that Monday morning.
Yes,
right?
Monday in the morning.
Right.
Yes.
So the slot there for Monday.
Yes.
Right. You can put all of those
Yes.
in there.
Yes. It's designed in such a way that it won't interact with each other.
Okay.
Because of the way it's sealed. So
All right.
there's no air passing in or air coming out.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then she's asking about milk juice with medicine.
Okay, so
What's your verdict? Milk juice with medicines. If it's only precaution for certain particular types of medicines.
okay, so fortunately for us, some drugs work best with milk. Like look at the anti-malarials, like the artemether lumefantrine. You can take it with milk. It needs something heavy.
Abeg, is it me or is Daniel
to take it with.
a bit faint? Can you boost him a bit? It's okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead.
So yes, like some anti-malarials, like artemether lumefantrine, you would have to take it with food, and milk you can take it with milk.
Okay.
But then there are some anti-malarials that whether you have eaten or not, it doesn't really matter. You can take like Paramax.
Okay.
You can take it with or without food.
Okay.
But then there are some medications that cannot be taken with milk.
With milk. Okay.
Yes. So like most of these antibiotics, your ciprofloxacin,
All
your
right.
doxycycline, you need to avoid milk, not just milk, but dairy products.
Okay.
As well.
All right.
Yeah.
What about the fruit juice?
Joy 99.7 FM.
There's a fruit juice. There are some particular medications that you cannot take with fruit juice. It interacts with the medication, prevents the medication from working well.
Okay.
Some are the antihypertensives.
Right.
You can't take them with fruit juice.
Okay.
So to be on the safer side, it's better to
Avoid.
go with water. Yes, avoid.
Water.
Or if you want to take the juice, after taking the medicine in the next 3 hours or 4 hours, then you
can
take
have
your
your
juice.
juice.
Yes.
Okay.
And a very classical one is the grapefruit.
Yes.
Grapefruit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classical in the sense that we should or we shouldn't.
We shouldn't.
We should not.
Yes.
Didn't, wouldn't, couldn't, mustn't. All right. So let me put it this way, folks. I'm glad you are helping me put these pharmacists to fire with your questions. That's what Ultimate Health does, whether it's a holiday or not, or whether it's a festive season. But let me put it this way, for example. So should, right, festive season or not, should I be getting all this orientation when I'm procuring my medicines? Should the pharmacist have time to school me on these things? Okay, because I can't rely only on Ultimate Health.
Sure.
Right. So should this happen within the process of the dispensing of drugs, medicines to people?
All right. So yeah, this is an area where at Pharma we find very, very sensitive and crucial, because it's all about patient care, and it's one thing that we do in at Pharma. When you come, you are getting your medications. You have a team of pharmacists you can always talk to, and we counsel you on your medications,
Okay.
the side effects.
Do I have the
and all
right to
that.
ask questions?
Yes, you have the right to.
Okay. I want
yeah.
the cheap one, but you're mentioning another one. Can I chale wena mepe?
Yes, so I mean it's also economics aspect of it's also very, very important. So that's where pharmacoeconomics also comes in.
So you speak and
So-
consult and
Exactly.
educate.
So in such a situation, we could engage the prescriber,
All right.
and then between the prescriber and the pharmacist with the available options, one that would be affordable for the patient
All right.
and sustainable
Okay.
in the treatment regimen. So that is one area that
Okay.
so you have a team of pharmacists at Pharma. We always counsel you on your medications, and if you don't even get the medications from us, you should feel free, call us.
Right.
I mean, you always have a pharmacist
Okay.
Farmer who would be ready to answer your queries.
Right. I'll ask you for a number in a second, right? So that folks know they can call you or any other pharmacy they know for this kind of information, which is critical, essential, in fact, non-negotiable when you are going to be taking your medicines rationally. All right. Yeah. So we're talking about managing your medicines during the Yuletide with pharmacists from Ad Pharma, Dr. Mariama Yeboah and Daniel Sapong. Lover boy. If you're interested in Daniel, please take him after meals. Right? I'm kidding. You can call at 0302 216 541 Ultimate Health on Joy 99.7 FM Christmas Eve edition. And guys are warming up for the party in the park, Chalebri Gardens. Hey, some say it's a hill, some say it's a mountain. Either way, it's up there. And there's going to be lots of fun on the 26th, so don't miss it. You can get your tickets. Dial star 714 star 003 star 3 hash and follow the prompts, or you can call 055 969 1797 for your reservations. 200 CDs. Bet. That is about how many tilapia and Mutu and Banku and Eba. All right. 200 CDs for a family of 6. Okay. Right. Coming back to the issue at hand. So we've talked about most of the things. Yeah. I want to get into some of the things that cause trouble. Antihypertensives, anti-diabetic, and other. We have a caller on the line. Okay. Anti-diabetics, the asthmatics, and people, long-term and other medications. But I have a caller on the line. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay.
Yeah, you don't sound like you're in Christmas. So why is it the pocket?
No. Okay. Though the economic crisis at that moment.
We don't do crisis on Sundays.
I'm just relaxing after church.
Better. Right. Afishapa.
I think I'm better.
Right. Share your question, please.
I just want to find out 2 things. One, the antihypertensive. Is it good to take them at night only? At night.
Antihypertensives.
Yes.
What were you told first?
Once a day, but I've chosen to be taking it at night.
Okay, you were told once a day, no specific time, right?
No specific time.
You are sure?
Yes, very sure.
Okay, do you mind sharing what are you taking?
Nifedipine. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're asking
with some multivite.
With multivite.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So is that your only question?
That's not the only question. But there's this other issue. Especially our hospital. You go there. I was in one of the hospitals recently, and you go to the dispensary. And so that these are locals. They are giving them medicine, and they'll tell them, "Anapa may know, Evia may know, Ejibe may know, Koda may know." That's 4 times a day. And those that are 3 times a day, they'll tell them, "Anapa may know, Evia may know, Ejibe may know." And he takes the thing, and then 12 hours later he takes. I don't know. And then with Koda, the fellow takes one at 6:00 p.m. He may be sleeping after.
So your question, your concern is about the instructions they are given.
They are given,
especially in the local languages, eh?
In the local language.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Right. So he wants to. Do I have another caller? Nope. Okay. So he wants to know when to take his nifedipine. Right.
Okay, so
he insists he hasn't been given any specific time.
Okay, so like I said, it's better to tell your patient to take their medication 12 hourly, 8 hourly, 4 hourly, or 6
specific
hourly.
To that question on antihypertension.
Yes, all antihypertensive or other medication, because of the problem with anapabacol.
Okay, so be specific in your instructions about when to take the medication. And how much to take.
Yes. All right. Yes. So you saying 12 hourly is more
it's
better because you understand. So which if I take it at 8, the next dose will be at 8 p.m.
Okay.
But if you just say anapabacol, area bacol, numerical, you end up taking one at 10 a.m. Take the next one at 1 a.m. And then take the next one at 4.
You must be consistent.
Exactly.
So if you're taking it at 8 a.m., Anopa is 8 a.m.
Yes.
Not 8:30, 9.
Yeah, but you have to use the hourly.
9:30. So you should be specific and consistent.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. And with the antihypertensive, you're suggesting that he should have been given a specific time.
Yes.
Usually, nifedipine will be taken in the morning.
In the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, in the morning.
All right.
Yes.
Okay,
Unless,
okay.
of course, based on after reviews, if they have to do it twice a day, I mean, which will be done by his primary healthcare provider.
Okay.
After certain labs, certain reviews, that will be done. But usually starting, it will be first in the morning.
Okay.
Unless, of course, after that, they review and they look at what we call risk-benefit analysis.
Okay.
And probably he's taking it in the evenings, and that is managing the blood pressure well.
Okay.
But primarily it's in the mornings.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I hope that answers your question. If you have yours, 030 221-6541.
And then he mentioned taking a multivitamin.
Yeah.
Usually we encourage you take it in the mornings or
the
after your first
multivitamin.
main meal of the day. If you have a good multivitamin like Selenvite, you have to take it in the mornings or at lunch, one a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Very quickly, snappy answer to this. When we say with meals or after meals, what specifically do we mean?
Okay.
So with meals, the medication works best with food.
With food.
With food.
All right.
Yes. So it's either you take it whilst you are eating or immediately
after.
So
essentially there should be food in your stomach.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
And when you say after food, after food depends. You're supposed to take it within 30 minutes. So after eating, you're supposed to take the medication within a 30 minutes range.
Okay.
But sometimes there are some medications that you take before food. 1 hour before food. But some people complain about GI effects.
Right.
So to be on the safer side, you take it.
Gastrointestinal effects.
Yes,
stomach
please.
issues.
Yes, with stomach issues.
In the yam. And she's saying GI. Only one GI. All right. But I know my listeners understand.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So for that, when they have those problems, it's better to take it after food, maybe 3 hours or 4 hours after food, so it will interact with the food, because some medications do interact with food.
Okay.
Yes.
So when we say with food,
yes,
and shortly or during, shortly after or during your meal, take the medication.
Yeah.
Is it that it helps the medication to work, or is it that without the food in the stomach, there will be discomfort and untoward or adverse effects?
Okay. So there are multiple importance, or let me say.
Yeah, let's hit them quick so that we can move on.
So one, absorption. When you take the food, and when you take the food with the medication, it helps the medication to be well absorbed. Let me say, enter the body well, and then produce the effects that you are looking for. So in a layman's, I would say it helps the medication to work well.
Yes.
And then the other side is some medications, because of how they are, they can have some kind of effect on your stomach in particular.
Right.
So taking them with food will kind of mask that effect.
All right.
And prevent it from happening.
Okie dokie. Right. My phone line's still active on a Christmas Eve. There's a caller on the line. Hello.
Hello, Dr.
Hi.
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want the nifedipine. I don't want to clear something. You see, I am taking it. I have a problem. When you take it in the morning or during the daytime, it facilitates going to the loo to urinate. And you are at work. Where you are working, your loo is not close by.
So you have made your changes because it makes you urinate a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
So I prefer taking it in the evening, just because I'm in the house. I have my loo. I go.
Okay. Understood. Let me put it this way. So did you discuss this with your prescriber? Have you told your physician?
Verily, he said once a day. That's the 12 hours. So I chose the evening and said, well, it's okay. That is the motivator.
No, you're confusing us. You see. Listen, you're saying once a day. That is not 12 hours.
It's 24 hours.
Yeah, that's the 12 hours.
No, 12 hours is twice a day.
Sorry, 24 hours. Sorry, 24 hours.
All right. And you're saying that I was asking, have you told the prescriber, your physician?
Verily.
Right.
And because of the effect, when I go to work, getting to the loo and what have you.
Okay. All right. My guest will answer that. Okay. I have another caller on the line. Yes. Hello.
Hello, Nortey.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. I'm 48 years and then a diabetic. And for the past 8 years now, I've been experiencing a battle with erectile dysfunction.
All right.
And then, I'd be very much happy this next month if I could have some kind of erection. I don't know whether there is a medication. I mean, totally down. Nothing at all. It doesn't shake.
All right. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. Slow down. You're 48. You're diabetic.
Yes, please.
And you experience erectile dysfunction.
Yes,
okay?
for the past 8 years.
And you're on medication for your diabetes.
Of course, yes.
Is your sugar controlled?
Yes.
It is.
Yes, it is, yes.
But the impairment of the erection is still there.
Come again?
You're still having the erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
Okay, so you are seeing how you can still be compliant with your medication, but work on the erectile dysfunction as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I'll say to you is that it is a known complication, right, with diabetes, but with the medication aspect, I'll ask my guests if they want to comment on that. Okay.
Okay. I'll be excited this 8 months. In fact, I want to have erection small for the past 8 years now. So if there is any medication in that, I'll be very happy.
Right. I understand that point. Have you discussed this with your physician?
Yes.
And was there no solution?
No solution.
Okay. All right. Okay. Speak to my producer offline and give him your number. I'll get back to you as well. But we'll get some answers in studio as well. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Yes, Docs.
Okay, so this brings us to one of the things that we want people to actually look at. Is mostly when you go to the other parts of the world, every patient has their pharmacist.
Okay.
Where you give feedbacks on your medications,
drug effect, adverse,
and
actual. Yeah.
In that pharma, we encourage them once you are taking the medication and then you are experiencing any kind of effects or any kind of changes that you don't feel welcome. Kindly let us know. Okay, because we feel like sometimes maybe they are not able to comfort or open up about some of these things.
So you should let your pharmacist know. And your physician know.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything specific you want to say about this diabetic related complication, erectile dysfunction?
Yes, it's actually one of the complications of diabetes.
It's not caused by his medication. Not likely.
So that's where we have to do further investigations.
Right.
Because it could be caused by the medication.
Okay.
And it could be caused by the condition as well.
Right.
So we have to do further analysis, and that's where his primary healthcare provider.
Okay. I hope you listened to last 2 weeks or 3 weeks programs. We looked at diabetes and complications. Okay. Yeah. If it affects the blood vessels, your erection is essentially blood. Right. So it's a known complication. It depends what your situation is physically, and then of course the kind of medications you're on. But thanks for sharing that. We'll package that into another program. Right. I'm moving very, very fast there. Antihypertensives, we talked about them. Any two quick ones? We have about 5 or so minutes.
Okay, so with the diabetes, okay, one of the things that so at Pharma for 2024 we are looking at hypertension and diabetes, because we realize that a lot of death cases, mortality rates, and a lot of people. So we are looking at that. So with the diabetes, you should also be careful. It's what we call a diabetic foot care. Yeah. Okay, so wearing tight or close fit shoes for the ladies, the high heels and all that. You need to be careful and not stand for so long. I think.
Right. So that's general care.
Yes, general care.
But with regard to their medications during this period, any quick word on that?
Yes. So the ones that we are saying, take them right before food. Please take it right before food.
Okay.
The ones we are saying, take them immediately after, because most of these medications can cause your blood sugar levels to also go down.
Hypo.
What we call hypo. Right. Exactly. So if not, you could have a lot of complications. So that is something that they should also look at. I don't know if Mariam has something to.
Mariam, anything you want to add?
Okay, so when it comes to the diet, you have to be very careful. You have to eat a lot of green leafy vegetables, kontomire, the okra, the cabbages. And when it comes to the starchy food, you have to limit your starch intake.
Okay.
I'm not saying don't take your fufu and banku.
Right.
But take it in moderation.
Okay.
And preferably in the afternoons.
All right.
Yes, because someone cannot cassava. So let's say the fufu.
Do they give the medicines a hard time? Or you're just talking about diet generally?
Diet in general, for diabetics.
Right. Okay.
Yes. For starchy food, it increases the glucose level.
Okay.
But with the little ones, it doesn't. So when it comes to fufu, it's better to take more plantain than the cassava.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And lots of soup and
then okra, hibiscus esculentus.
Yes.
It's very good. So if you are doing your banku, you still want to do your banku.
Yeah.
Okay. take it in moderation.
Right.
Don't take it in the evenings.
Okay.
Take
The
it
afternoon is better.
where
What
you'll
about
be-
the asthmatics? Just quickly, in a minute.
Okay, so with the asthmatics, you need to make sure you have your preventers.
Mm-hmm.
You take your inhalers with you.
Mm-hmm.
The emergency ones,
Yeah.
the relievers, and then the preventers as well.
You should have them.
You should have them
Okay.
in handy.
Right.
And then for those who are on antihypertensive, a
That is
drug
not
like-
just about stocking your antihypertensives, but access and availability. It should be
Exactly.
near you, should be handy.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
And then some antihypertensives also have an effect on your lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And that can cause an asthma attack, like propranolol.
Mm-hmm.
So all these things, you engage your pharmacist. At Pharma, we are always a
Right.
call away.
Okay.
Branches in
and
Movenpick.
during this season, there's a lot of harmattan, so
Mhm.
you have to be very careful.
Right.
Because these harmattans, they trigger a lot of asthmatic attacks.
Okay.
So you always have to have these things close by you. So in case of any emergency, you just use them.
Right. Okay. Great stuff from my pharmacist from Ad Pharma. That's why I added them this Christmas Eve. Mariama and Daniel, the lover boy. They've been growing. Hey, they've got a branch in Tema near Community 7. Near Community 7 Night
Yes.
Market.
Night market.
Yes.
Night Market. North Industrial Area near Kodesh, Kolebu, inside the Bukom Boxing Arena, Che Ado. They have one at Pig Farm. They have one near the Total Filling Station, North Ridge, Dakuman Total Station. They are there. St. Catherine's, formerly Lighthouse Mission Hospital, North Industrial Area. They are there. Burma Camp, formerly Health Watch. They are there. Asylum Down, formerly Health Watch. They are there. And I know they are making some incursions like moving in on Ukraine in American House area. But we're so grateful at Pharma. But what we'll do after Christmas Eve is bring you guys back.
Okay.
Because we need to talk about the specific medications and their problems and how we should be managing them on a regular basis. People are skipping their contraceptives, they are playing games with their antihypertensives because of this erectile dysfunction. I'd rather have an erection than manage blood pressure, and then something goes wrong, and then we say gone too soon, right? Or called to higher duty. All right. So anyway, many thanks, Daniel and Mariama. It's been a pleasure having you. Merry
same
Christmas
here.
to you and the exceptionally young team at Ad Pharma. We'll be bringing you in after Christmas to extend this education and information. Many thanks
Yes,
to you.
you're most welcome.
Right, and you see me getting jittery. It means my big brother is back in the house. You know, when Bila is coming, he'll hit me, he'll nudge me. He doesn't say excuse me, he doesn't say pardon, which means he's setting up his laptop and he wants you to go. Right?
That's right.
And because he was my senior and still is my senior, when he says go, it means G-O, go. Then I make it 4 letters, gone. Right? So many thanks to you, my discerning listeners. The best of the season to each and every one of you. Many thanks to my discerning exceptional producer, Abekusa Kofi Bile. Is it still Sunday Rhythms? What have you got up your sleeves that which you don't have?
It's a Sunday special.
Sunday special with Bile, Paul Ankra. If you get him by prescription, it's actually Paul Ankra. You won't see Bile. Right? But many thanks. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. My name is Nortey. I'm out.